Hey, welcome back everyone to my hub. As you all know, we are doing Python on the job, a tutorial to get you from beginning to intermediate and get you very specific knowledge on Python so that you can get Python on the job. So let's get started for today's tutorial. Today we are going to discuss an aspect of the language which is my personal favorite. It's always been there in my heart that such a feature should be present in every language as well. Nowadays this feature is present in Java as well as PHP as well as Python as far as the languages which I pretty well know, but in Python it becomes very straightforward and easy, and the syntax is also good. Yes, we are talking, as you see on the slide, about a concept called dictionaries. Now for those people who are learning Python for the first time, let me tell you, dictionaries are nothing but lists. As a matter of fact, yes, you heard it right, they are just lists, but they are a list of a special type. What I mean by this is, if you remember the tutorial on list, how did we get specific items of the list? You know that we use the indexes starting from 0. So whatever your list is, every item will have a number assigned to it automatically. The first item will be 0, the second will be 1, and so on till length minus 1. In dictionary, we have an advantage. We can define the indexes. A dictionary specifically is a key value pair wherein there is a key and you have a colon, and then that key has a particular value. So your analogy could be the key is the index and the value is, as I said, the value, the one which you are after, the one which you want. So where you can apply a dictionary? A dictionary can be applied where you need specific indexing, where the name or abbreviation of a certain value, a certain thing is important to you, not its position. So for example, in our local railway systems, every station has a short form, right? So it doesn't matter whether it is at position 1 or position 2 or 3 or 4. What matters is that if, let's say, you want to have Mumbai, you will have MUM. It is not 1, 2, 3. So where it is important to specify a certain short form or an custom index for a particular value, that time you use dictionary. In all other circumstances, you will be happy with a list wherein you have a list of elements, a list of strings or integers or whatever, and you know that you are going to start from 0 and you are going to end at length minus 1. But dictionary is a thing which is very, very useful because your searches then become very specific and quick because you exactly know what you want. One side effect of this is that in dictionaries order is irrelevant because you are going to anyways look up the value, look up the item on the basis of its key. So I think if we do some exercises, it will become more apparent. So let's get on with it. So of course, if you have not downloaded the zip file which contains all the assignments for the tutorial series, please do so. The link is given in the description. Let me open this. So let's open the first exercise. Of course, I have put some comments here which you can of course read. So a very simple example, English to Spanish. So English 1, 2, 3 and Spanish 1, 2, 3. As you can see this. So the key is in English and the values are in Spanish. So let's just go ahead and run this code. Open the terminal, cd workspace, git Python. Well, you can have your own path. In my case, I put everything in workspace and then there's a git folder. So Python 3, exercise 1. Well, as a coincidence, it did come out in an order, but be rest assured that the order is not important. So you could see how it was printed. There's a key and then there's a value. And the syntax is very important. You make the variable name, then equal, and then you don't use the square brackets like the ones you use in list. You are using a brace here, and then you have a key colon value, then comma. As you have a comma separated list, as I said, dictionary is actually a list, but it's a key value pair. So key colon value, comma, key colon value, and so on and so forth.
Assignment exercise 2 return. Blank. Abbreviation equals. Blank key value pairs can be accessed using a key inside.
Now, if you want to access a specific element, as I said, you can. This is the power where dictionary shines. In list, you will have to remember the actual position of a certain element. In list, that is the case, but with dictionary, you don't have to remember the position. What you need is the key, and wherever the item is, it will be located for you. So let's take an example. So you know this DOM abbreviations, like you have in India, all the websites end with IN, then for Japan it's JP and stuff like that. So we have created a dictionary of abbreviations and their respective countries. You can see right away the application of such a thing. So in most probabilities you can easily guess that a domain abbreviation ending is generally associated with the country in this way. In fact, guess what, your IP addresses and your domains, do you get a hint? Now we are going to get an input from the user and we ask him which one do you want. So we let the user enter a key and we see if the key is present in the dictionary. If it is present, you see the in keyword here. So in keyword here is actually in another context. Here it not just is used in traversing the key value pairs, but you can actually use it to find whether a certain key value pair exists in the dictionary in the first place. So this will return true if the certain key, if you have entered, let's say if I enter JP, it will return true and it will print that actual value, as you can see here. So that stands for plus DOM abbreviation of key, because that is the thing which you have entered. So you actually access a certain element of a dictionary using the particular key. As I said, in lists you use the indexes, zero based indexes. Here you have to access it using the key. So let's run this example and see for ourselves. I'll say JP. As you can see, I'll run it again. India. The moment I said IN, it said that stands for India. Let's try PK, Pakistan. Okay, that's not available. So I entered a key which did not exist. So this in keyword which was used in the if condition, it evaluated to false because the lookup happened using that key, and in the dictionary there was no key value pair with a key called PK, so it said that's not available. So it's as simple as that.
Assignment exercise 3 Python return. Exercise. The variable in the first statement will traverse the keys. Blank. DOM abbreviation equal for 4 spaces. Print. Open bracket. Element plus stands for plus DOM abbreviation.
As I said that in this case in is used in two purposes, and this purpose I think you already know. You have already done it with lists. So in keyword will actually traverse the way the list does. So you can evaluate as well as traverse. So here we are going to run this entire list through, this entire dictionary through like a list. Let's see.
Assignments return. In stands for India, JP stands for Japan, RU stands for Russia, D stands for Denmark, KK.
Guys, do you see this? Now the order in which we had actually entered, it did not come out the way we had entered it. So it's pretty obvious to you that it's not like the lists. So if you see that the syntax was, we said element, because when you are traversing a dictionary, it actually traverses the keys. And by the way, you can actually get the keys as a separate list. You can look up in Python syntax. I'm not going to cover every syntax in every detail because this is Python on the job, so we have to be quick. But I'm telling you that actually traversal happens on the keys, and that is hence the syntax. If you decode the syntax, you would know that it's actually traversing the keys and then printing the values on the basis of that key. So dictionary of key, just like list of index. So that's how it is.
KK. Assignment. Exercise 4 Python. Return. Building advanced.
Now guys, this is the most powerful reason why dictionaries have so much of attention. We all hear about, artificial intelligence, we all hear about data science and data structures, complex data structures. Dictionary in Python is one such thing which gives you that power. Do you remember the slide which we had seen some time back? I said that in dictionaries the value could be any damn thing. In fact, the key could be an integer or a string or whatever. The value could be anything. What does it mean? For a key, the value could be another dictionary, or it could be a list containing a dictionary, or it could be a dictionary whose key is something and then value is a list. So, and then that list can also again contain dictionary. So you can create a complete structure, a complete data structure, and of course you can write complicated algorithms using this. This is just scratching the tip of the iceberg. I am giving you a very simple example.
Dictionary can have a key with value blank. Countries equals.
Now we have a dictionary called countries, as you can see.
Countries equals. Equals left equal. IN equals.
Then you have the abbreviation IN. The key is IN. Now the value, you might expect that okay, value should be India. No, let's see what we have done here. We again start, the value of this key is again a dictionary, and here we say India colon, and then you have a dictionary wherein there is a key which is the name of the country, and the value is a list of cities, and this is how the entire dictionary is built. So if I run this code now,
Assignments dictionary. KK at Chris.
all right,
KK.
let's do it.
Y.3. Backspace. 3. 4. Return. India. Mumbai. Ku. Delhi. Japan. Tokyo. Hiroshima. Yokohama. KK at Krishna can think pad.
As you can see, the entire structure was printed. As you can see, the entire structure was printed and it traversed through the complete nesting. So this is the power of dictionaries. As you can
Exercise 4. KK's programming hub Mozilla.
summarize, that dictionary is a list and it is traversed not using a numerical index all the time, although you can do it yourself, but the order is not important, so there is no point in it. You can have your own index, and that index is called a key, and you can directly use the key to search the item, the value, wherever it could be in the dictionary. So this is fast, specific and precise. So with that, we come to an end of a very interesting tutorial on one of the most powerful feature of Python. Do subscribe to the channel because a lot of exciting stuff is going to come your way. So meanwhile, this is Krishnakant signing off from the Hub. Goodbye and happy coding.